you heard of F3? It sounds like some kind of sports car racing circuit, right? But it actually stands for Farms, Food, and Future, and it's backed by a $65 million federal grant. On this Wired Wednesday, we're checking in with GV Wire reporter Edward Smith to learn how this effort is impacting people in the Valley. Good morning, Edward. We know the Valley's ag-powered economy faces some challenges with climate change and state mandates to preserve groundwater. Can this F3 help growers overcome these hurdles?
Hey, good morning. The focus of F3 is mostly on the technology side, but there is some work being done at UC Merced to look into creating greater water efficiency for crops. But largely what they're going to be looking at is the field of robotics and addressing the labor issue there at in the Valley's ag economy.
So with the manufacturing and the technology, can you get into the specifics of that as far as how it fits into that whole equation? Like, how's this going to work with that?
Yeah, so it's divided up among UC Merced, the different community colleges, as well as Fresno State and the Central Valley Community Foundation. Now, UC Merced and Fresno State are kind of handling the research side, where they're actually going to be working on giving out research grants to bring people in to start looking at how to use robotics to advance labor issues, harvesting, planting, weeding. Harvesting is one of the harder tasks to accomplish, but so they're going to be handling that now. On the community college side, what they're going to be working on is the actual workforce. So they're working on a new certificate plan to get people trained to work in the field of food labor. And so that's going to be, a short 2 to 4 month course, but it's something that manufacturers have said that they've needed to get people trained up and ready to use stuff like factory lines.
Okay, so yesterday, Congressman Jim Casa announced more than $3 billion in federal funding for high-speed rail. Now, the state sending $300 million to improve downtown Fresno, and millions of dollars in grants also pouring into South and West Fresno. It's a lot of taxpayer dollars. Do you see Fresno becoming an economic powerhouse because of all this over the next 5 to 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, that is a lot of money to pour into the region. There is an economic multiplier effect about, once money comes in from the government, that creates jobs, and those jobs that fuel spending, consumer spending, which is what is derived on, as well as bringing people in from outside of the area. If they come in and, for instance, work on the high-speed rail project, that's going to bring additional dollars. Now, there is a crowding out effect to where if there's a shortage of labor, there is the possibility that, a greater demand for construction jobs private contractors could see a diminishing effect. So there is a short-term effect, but there's no way that all this money can't create a great really push Fresno forward in terms of being an economic powerhouse.
Well, that's what we're all hoping for, right? Edward Smith with GV Wire, thank you so much for joining us here on this Wired Wednesday morning. Great day. We'll be right back.